Prosecco, the finest glass production. It's a very, very clever holdout gimmick.
It is a very clever holdout.
Producing a glass, although when you say producing a glass, that kind of limits the potential of what it actually can do, because as well as producing a glass, you could use that glass to hold out a further item. I don't want to say too much about it, but the clever thing is, if you're already hiding the glass, that glass can have a small bottle in it.
Yes, it could.
So you could show a cloth to start with, as Gary does during the routine, produces a bottle first and then straight after immediately produces a glass. Very clever, because it's all using the same holder. You can produce a full glass of liquid. There's ideas with paper bags. Ideas just producing the glass just by itself, an empty glass. Although when he does the move, I don't think he does it quite as deceptive as I've seen it before. Because I think when he's got the glass inverted, you kind of see it flick around.
Yeah.
Whereas I do like it. It's one of my favourite moments in Magic, actually, where you sort of tap and bring it up and then just drop, and suddenly a form appears under the cloth, and then you've got the glass there. So basically what you've got here is a holdout. It's a very cleverly designed holdout. That means it will hold the glass upside down, the right way up. It can hold other items and allow you to introduce primarily that glass of Prosecco. If you use a lime as well, you can have it full if you want to, so you can produce the fruit as well as the drink, but it will allow you to introduce it to either a cloth or a bag. Lots of ideas on there, some based on things that I've put out before on my lecture DVD, an idea that was brainstormed during the Freaky TV show with me and Pat Page those years ago. Because Pat used to have this thing where he would produce the glass from the back pocket, and then the first time we ever did the new version was on Freaky, where we produced the glass from the Spectator's jacket, and for some reason we decided to have goldfish in the glass as well, because I was apparently the goldfish magician according to the director. But lots of possibilities with this. It is a very clever gimmick. I don't think it's for amateurs. I think it's for professionals that have got a certain understanding of how misdirection works. And you're going to need to be careful with your flashing, because you know, things can sort of creep into view. If you're familiar with the Bob Reed bottle production and that kind of thing, it's very similar to that. But what you've got here is not really a technique, it's a very well designed holder to use with that technique.
I think what's good about all of Gary's stuff is it's lots of ideas and ways to use things. It's not just a lot of people out there. There's the gimmick, 10-minute download. Go and figure it out yourself. He's obviously been out there and lived it and
thought a lot about
it.
Thought you could do this, you could do this. I actually like the bag presentation more than the cloth, with the fold-up bag, and then just the very clever way that it will introduce that full glass of liquid into the bag, and you can take it out. I know things like this have been seen before with like David Stone's splash bottle download, but this very clever gimmick does allow you to use all those techniques with a full glass of Prosecco. You can't really use other glasses with it. They're a little bit bulkier, but that sort of thin champagne glass works perfectly, works a treat. How much are you going to give that?
I'm going to give it 87%.
Yeah, I was going to go 88% with that. I do like it. I'm not sure I'm going to use it because I tend to favour that glass from Spectator's jacket more, and I'm only ever going to do one trick like that. This is a very clever thing. Pro Marker by Pro Show Magic, again from Gary's company.
It's like a Pro Show special this week, isn't it?
Well, and Sans Minds, we've got two. They've just brought these out, so now they're available through your favourite Magic dealer. It was exclusive to Pro Show Magic. I think they sold out of this at Blackpool. And then you've got the Pro Marker. Obviously, you've got to mention Nicholas Einhorn's reworking of, I think it was Antonio Romero.
It was Antonio Romero's.
Build to marker. That was a big hit at Blackpool, I think maybe 3 years ago now. It's very similar, but at the same time different.
It is different.
Because it's a completely different method.
Well, I think the Nicholas Einhorn method was more of a traditional method.
Yeah.
And this is a little different. Yeah.
So I'm sure you're familiar with the plot. A vanished bill or banknote appears inside a marker pen. If you are familiar with the Antonio Romero version, you will know that after you've vanished the bill, you need to reach into your pocket and take out the marker. I think the good thing about this is the speed and the fact that you can load the marker with the bill almost in full view of spectators. And Gary does say about still reaching into your pocket to take it out, but I don't think it'd be a problem to, in the real world, put the marker away and then momentarily think about it and leave it on the table.
Well, I think what Gary does is he teaches a couple of times ways of doing the thing under the cover of your jacket whilst taking the pen out.
Yeah.
But then he also teaches a way where you do the dirty move when it's out, when you've already taken the pen out of your pocket.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way for doing it. That's the way of doing it that I choose to do. Now, what's great about that way, is what Dave's saying, is that if you're going to do that way, you could then have the pen on view the whole time. And I think that's the clever thing for me. Because then when you're recapping the whole thing, it's this pen's been on the table the whole time.
Yeah.
You've been in whole view, and then you make the bill appear out of it.
Yeah, like literally, you can pick the pen up, and in the action of taking the top off, that's it. I honestly loaded it.
Yeah,
then.
he did.
But in the action of just taking the pen and removing the cap, you can load it. And just for a spectator, that could just be on the table. You could vanish the bill, put the bill in your pocket, for example, then pick this up, show the pen, say, you know, you signed it, and in the action of putting the cap back on, you've now loaded.
Yeah, the offbeat for me would be picking up and just doing it, just going, and the pen's been on the table the whole time. I've not even touched it.
Remember, you signed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then you're offbeat, and then by picking it up and touching it, you've convinced them that you've not touched it in a weird way.
So you get a gimmick pen, you get the real pen, so you can use it to sign the note to start with. And the great thing is, they can have it in their hands. You can unscrew it, and it is right in the centre of the marker at the end, and also it resets instantly.
It does. It's brilliant. Very good.
It's very clever in the fact that if you were using this in a residency situation, you can do it. You can vanish the bill. He's got this bit that he says about where it says permanent tip inside, which I thought was quite interesting.
Quite a funny joke as well.
Because he draws attention to that permanent tip inside and says there's maybe a psychology thing there that you're insinuating that they should give you a tip. And do you know what? It probably would work in certain venues.
I'd do it the other way around. I'd produce the bill, the note from it, and then as a joke and go, look, it was right. It does say permanent tip inside. And really plough at home in them. And then
you do get quite a comprehensive download with this. There's lots of ideas with flash notes, and it is definitely a full routine that is taught. As with both of these things, and it's a bugbear with any performance really, I do like to see things used in the real world. You know, I would love to have seen Gary down at his local residency actually performing this, seeing how it plays, see the timing of it in front of spectators. It was something that was lacking slightly in the downloadable instructions, but that doesn't take it away from the fact that these are great products and they're good and they're meant for working professionals. How much are you going to give that, Sean?
It's going to be in the late 80s again from me. I like this a little bit more than the Prosecco, so I'm going to give that 89%.
I'm going to give this one exactly 90. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. I'm kind of on the edge. It's like 89, 90, but I do like it. I do like the fact that it loads instantly just in the action of picking up the pen and uncapping it and recapping it. You load it in full view, and that is very, very cheeky indeed. Spectators will be convinced that that pen never left their sight.